first week of Marla, he was great.
Yeah.
So I did mention last week that this weekend was my birthday. So Saturday was my birthday, and I turned 43. I know that's hard to believe because I don't look 43 in my mind. But this is new to me, so sorry. I'm gonna be using my phone. I'm not luscious. One day, I hope I will be. But like turning 43, the way I was raised, it's really like a hard space for me to be in because like I feel like I'm having an identity crisis. Like I grew up in the Bay Area, and so, yeah, shout out to the Bay. Shout out to the Bay. But like I also lived really close to LA, right? So I'm a Generation Xer. Is there any Generation Xers in the room? At least one. Yeah, most people forgot that we existed. Thank you, Tommy. So I'm a Generation X. But like, I was in high school, like I was a band nerd, and I was an honors student, and my best friends were West Side Crips. Like it gets confusing to some people, right? Like I lived on both sides of the tracks a little bit. And so in that, at 16, I could probably do a quadratic equation and roll a blunt like a pro. But the reality is, no, I didn't do math, sorry. But I did know when that eighth was short because I kept a fucking scale in my car because I'm white. You ain't about to get over on me on that eighth. 3.5. It better be 3.6 if you're nice, right? So, I'm talking about rolling blunts in front of my mother. So seriously, music and culture, it was always like, it really important to me. I am a product of the original hip hop generation. So I kicked it with Snoop Dogg. I have been to clubs at E40, like with them, hung out with them. And now I'm like, I'm old as fuck. I feel like I'm old as fuck. And like, I'm a descendant now of rap music. And I'm an adult, but I'm a social worker with OG credentials, and I don't always know where I fit in. So, like, is there a guide for getting old? Because at this point, like, I don't know when I'm supposed to stop listening to Tupac and start listening to that, like, smooth jazz station. Is there a timeline for this shit? Is there a timeline where I don't get to wear Air Maxes anymore, and I'm supposed to wear loafers or those Pacific Northwest Tiva sandals with the little canvas Jesus shoes 2021. Like, when am I supposed to do that as a 43-year-old? I don't know. Should I have started that? When do I wear striped cardigans with like light colored blouses? Like, I just don't see that being me. So at this point, sorry. At this point, right now, if you ask me if I die, I probably want to be buried in some fresh Air Force Ones with my grill in. Like, I don't know about getting old and how that shit works. So, I have a master's degree, but I also know all the words to, like, ain't no fun, right? If corrupt gave a fuck about a bitch, I'd always be broke. I never met a motherfucker. Y'all know it? Like, when am I supposed to stop rapping along with those songs? But I will tell you, I do know some shit that makes me feel old. Like when I date somebody, if you say that you supposedly have to work overtime, like no, supposedly is not a fucking word. And I cannot take your ass into the next part of my level unless you're paying me Sylvan tutoring prices, right? So that's when I do feel kind of old. And then I will also say, I will figure this out though. I'll figure out what time I'm supposed to feel old, what time I'm supposed to get the cardigans and all this shit. I will figure out the balance between my external soccer mom and my inner dope dealer. Sorry, Mom. Mom didn't know about that either. But when I do go, I want those of you in the room who love me, because there's some people that love me, to make sure on my headstone, it has this prolific quote from Tupac Amaru Shakur, which is, have a party at my funeral, let every rapper rock it, let the hoes that I used to know from way before kiss me from my head to my toe. But just make sure you spell that shit H-O-E. Spell that shit, okay? That's my time, thank you.
about a bitch, I always do work. I never have no motherfucking window. It's smoke, I get stuck and loaded. Bitch, you can't turn me to we look like DVD. You hoochie foodie. I have no love for hoes. That's something that I learned in the past. So how to fuck them, I suppose. The biggest hoe to the latest hoe. I know the pussy's mine. I'ma fuck a couple hoes.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn. You know it's about to go down. Luscious, get up here.